Good morning, Africa. Thanks for joining us on yet another episode of the 3V Show, the award-winning Views, Voices and Visions live on La Télévision du Monde. We promised you last week, following a message that we had on the program, to talk about the respect daughters should have towards their mothers and kind of understand the difficulties mothers have, kind of having a very friendly relationship with your daughters, and try to understand why those difficulties do exist and find solutions to improve the daughter-mother relationship. Now, the mother-daughter relationships are complex and diverse. Some mothers and daughters are best friends. Others don't talk very often. Others share everything, and I mean there's no secret between the mother and the daughter. Some daughters are controlled by their mothers, and some daughters are friends to their mothers. And despite the friendship link that is bonding the mother to the daughter does not forget to respect the mother. But there are some situations where the daughters fail to define that thin line between respect and friendship. And when there is supposed to be respect, they bring friendship in it, and this respect comes in and spoils the matter. You would share with us via the visa 679-475415 and let your experience, let your encounter, let your story enrich and empower a life today. Because sometimes out of ignorance, people post acts without realizing or measuring the repercussions this could have on your lives tomorrow, even the day after tomorrow, or the future. Because what the daughters take today from their mothers, they will obviously pass that on to their own daughters, the granddaughters of their mothers in the future. And if it's bad, it's going to be worse. But if it's good, it will be better. And if it's better, it could only be best. And when it's best, the soup is very tasty for everybody to eat. Even the man that's sick on the bed and does not have appetite will find the soup appetizing to eat. I'm Amy Banner, and I'm glad to have you on this episode. Here with me is Vanessa Fiemna, joining us all the way from the Southwest Regional Capital of Buea, a graduate from the University of Bamenda, a God-fearing child, a daughter who respects the mother. She's working with the NIG in Buea. I want to say good morning to you, Simon Sakoi, and the NIG team, doing a great job out there. She was a stockbroking agent, and she's concerned about the relationship bonding daughters to their mothers. And she would like to know why there are difficulties, and through her experience she will enrich your mind to see how you can transform that difficulty to an opportunity. Good morning to you, Vanessa. Thanks for joining us all the way from Buea.
Good morning, Emmy. I'm so glad to be here.
Even the rains could not stop you today, right?
No.
So how did you trash the rains this morning?
Well, it was difficult. When I left Buea, it wasn't raining, but along the way it started raining. But I was already out, so it wasn't difficult.
When you got to Bonaberi and you were like, "Please take me to Wrong Point," I need to hear that your language. Did you encounter that too?
Not really.
Not really.
Actually bilingual, so
okay.
I didn't face difficulty.
Oh, so you said bonjour. You didn't have to say good morning.
No. Yeah.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Was your daughter-mother relationship a complex, diverse one? Was it easy? Was it one that was enviable by your friends, your peers? Were you a friend to your mother? Are you a friend to your mother? Sorry. Did you know how to define the thin line between respect and friendship?
My experience was quite amazing. It was very diverse. I enjoyed it at some point, or most of the times I've enjoyed my relationship. I didn't actually grow with my biological mother, but my relationship was so amazing. It has been diverse and a lot of challenges too, but I still enjoyed it.
Talk about challenges, because out of challenges we have very inspiring stories to empower people. What are some of the challenges you had? What are some of those things that you found difficult sharing with your mother?
Well, this particular one, I want to say that there are relationships you get to create that you know that your parents don't appreciate it, and so you tend to hide from them. It's obvious.
You don't know how to tell them.
You don't know how to tell them, and probably because of some of the teachings they gave you, and along the road you had to breach. There was no way I could come telling her, because I knew I had breached.
All right.
I had gone against her teaching.
Okay, when this breach of contract came, did it come because you thought that the relationship between you and that person that your parents didn't want to see was going to help the person become a better person? Why did you breach that contract? Because we have situations where You could be a good seed and you're working with a bad seed and you're infected and you become bad just as much as you could bring that bad seed to become a good seed.
Well, you're quite correct. At some point, I got to create some relationships which I knew was going to enrich the person, but my parents didn't appreciate it.
We're very skeptical.
Yes, there was no way I could open up to my parents that this is what was clearly happening. And some too, I made mistakes, and so I just closed them. I just didn't tell them. I just cleared the mess and kept quiet.
That's good thing she cleared the mess, and she's here with us today to share, because I'll also be learning, it's a learning process, and we all learn. We can never claim knowing everything, and when we know better, like Maya Angelou says, we do better. And because we are learning together, we are going far, and we'll be faster than the words can even describe, and we will go farther than words will tell the story. It's important for you to know there are ups and downs, no matter how positive or freaky the relationship between a daughter and a mother could be. Now, there's a situation where you have to make the first move. Whatever relationship you have with your mother or your daughter, you can always make improvements. Yes, that's certain. But there's a need for someone to make the first move, because it's something that they call pride. And the daughter is wrong, but she does not want to admit that she's wrong. And then she's not able to come to the mother and say, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're a mother, right? And you want the relationship to grow, you make the first move. Or maybe, like the African context, parents could be wrong, and they don't want the parents to be wrong.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And you see the situation, and you want to break that distance, break that situation, keeping you guys apart. You walk up to your mother, you tell her, Mommy, I'm sorry. You make the first move. It's very important. Don't wait for the other person to make the first move. Make the first move timely enough so that you can remedy the situation. You can change yourself, but make sure you change yourself from good to a better person, from better to a best person. Don't change yourself from a good to a bad person to remedy a situation. And then find out how realistic your expectations can be, and then you do just the right things at the right time to get those expectations materialized on the field. We have so many elements we're going to play today. Whether you're a mother in the United States of America, or you're a mother in Venezuela, or you're a mother in Turkey, in Nigeria, in Ghana, Gabon, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, in Cameroon, mother is a mother, and the Day of the African Woman is around the corner. They all have a particular way of bringing up their children. They want the best for their children, and situations may only differ from place to place, but the experiences are more or less the same. So we're going to play this element number one, and then we come back, we continue to write on the show, improving the daughter-mother relationship from our own context. We'll be right back. Oh my God, this is so deep. Yeah. Oh. Oh my God, it's really, really deep. You react to certain situations at times, and you do not measure the repercussions. Now, in his shoes, how will you react? What will you do? Because there's no going back and there's nothing you can do. How you react? Permit us to welcome Dr. Mrs. Ford into the studio, the CEO of Tisho, where the man is the captain, the woman is the coach, and the children are the team players. I know you missed her so much, right?
Oh,
and you have so many questions you're going to be asking her today. 679-475-415, and she's right here ready to answer all your questions. Don't be shy. And if you're shy, don't identify yourself. No problem. Just send the problem. And she's going to give you a solution that at 12 o'clock, that's exit time, you won't be having that. So seize the opportunity now. Good morning to you, Dr. Mrs. Ford. It's good to have you on the show.
Good morning, Amy. I mean, I'm so glad to be here again.
Happy Day of the African Woman in advance. It's going to be on the 31st of July. But I can say that before, right?
Yeah,
and you're beautifully
sure.
dressed in an African attire.
I'm
White.
an African woman and proud to be.
Oh, all the way, all the way. And you'll be talking to African women by God's grace on the 2nd of August so they can stay proud African women.
Yes.
And today we're talking about improving the daughter-mother relationship. What sort of relationship should an African daughter have with an African mother? You read that. You saw why it's important for us to respect our mother. I saw the way you were crushed by the regrets. What sort of relationship should a daughter have with her mother?
Amy, every mother dreams of having a wonderful relationship with her daughter.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be friends, but the only difficulty is that you need to build it.
Okay.
Yes. And that is why it doesn't just fall from the sky. You need to be able to build that kind of relationship that you're dreaming about. Amy, many African women want to discuss with their daughters, like girlfriends will discuss, you know, talk about everything. Tell me everything, baby. And I'll tell you about how I was growing up.
Okay.
But something happens. Like, I don't know. The mothers are perplexed. The daughters are angry. Because the daughters too dream of having a relationship with their mothers too.
That someone has to make the first move.
Yes. Someone has to sit down, study the situation, and say, I am going to do this, this, this. It goes through steps, through parenting. You change parenting style as the children are growing up. Amy, some of us mothers use the same parenting style from when the child is a baby, when the child is a toddler, till when the child is an adolescent. The same parenting style will not go. Yes. So I think that being on TV today, it's an opportunity for us to talk to mothers, to talk to daughters, and to let them understand that they can really build a fulfilling relationship.
Oh, yes. Tell me, Vanessa, is your mother your friend?
Yes, I would say she's my very good friend. At times, I tell her some things that I sit back and I'm like, did you really do that? And when I tell some of my friends, yes, I told my mom about this, they are like, it's not true. I quite remember very often in school, in high school, some of my friends were like, are you sure she's your mother? You guys are just like sisters.
Yeah.
You communicate, the way you flow with her, we envy you and things like that.
I know, right? I used to wear those pair of shoes too. You'd have a Yufani Jackie coming and talking. She'll be talking about you, Mommy Yufani Bia, to whom I say good morning. I discussed this with Mommy and I'm like, are you serious? How did you start? Mommy Ford, is your daughter your friend?
Oh yes, I call her my best friend.
Okay.
Actually, our daughter is like an answer to my prayers. Amy, you know my story.
Yeah.
We stayed a long time before having a baby, our first baby, and we prayed and prayed and prayed. And so when she came, she was an answer to our prayers, perfect in every way.
Wow.
And I always tell her that, you know, children need to build self-esteem.
Yeah.
It's the mothers who need to make them build self-esteem. It goes through the right communication. Amy. It goes through the right parenting. When they are young, you can spank them, you can scold them, but as they grow up into teenagers, my goodness, it's very difficult. It's not called the terrible teens. Yeah, they call that age, you know, the terrible teens. It's not called the terrible teens or nothing. It's so difficult to have a relationship with your daughter if you are not careful. With sons, it's easier. Mothers and sons, it's easier. mothers and daughters very difficult. So you have to understand it. You have to read books. You have to attend seminars. You have to talk to your own mother.
Yeah.
You know, so you can correct the mistakes. And so with my daughter now, I mean, even though she's not near us here, we are really best friends. We talk and we text, and we can talk for about 2 hours.
Non-stop.
Non-stop.
Nobody gets
She will
tired.
tell me about this, then I'll give her solutions to her problems, even long distance, and then she'll give me feedback, and then, you know, we talk.
Yeah.
So
You
important.
talk about everything.
Everything.
No secret.
Oh, no.
Did you used to have a secret, or do you have a secret?
Maybe they will have some few secrets, you know. But the
Okay.
truth is that you get them to be talking to you.
All right.
Very important.
Very important.
Everybody has their secrets, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we have this one coming from Colette Lumfungwa. She's writing to us from the nation's capital city. Good morning to you guys. Oh no, we are not guys. We are dynamic African women, okay? Thank you, girl. A mother should make your daughters to be your best friends. The daughters will feel safe to confide in them. Avoid shouting at them all the time when they go wrong. That instigates fear in them. Thanks so very much, Colette Lumfungwa. When your mother shouts at you, does that make you afraid? Did she used to shout at you, or does she still shout at you?
Of course, every good mother does that,
Okay.
especially when the child has done something wrong. There is
Okay.
no need for you to pamper a child who has done something wrong. My mom shouts at me very well, but she makes sure that I get the point.
And you usually get the point.
It's difficult to admit it, especially it's difficult admitting that you have made a mistake, but you have to take it, because if you don't, you're simply going to keep on messing up. And
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would advise mothers, when you shout, when you're angry, because every human being, you're bound to be angry,
Yeah.
you shout and let your daughter know you're angry. But afterwards, call her, put her down, and say, look, my baby, you know I love you very much, but your behavior in this and this and this aspect wasn't good. Can we talk about it? And afterward, you know, she'll try to argue and so on. Let her talk. Listen to her.
Okay.
You don't even know her own point of view, why she behaved the way she behaved. If you know the whole story, you might begin to understand why she behaved the way she behaved. And then by the end of it, always reassure each other that you still love each other.
Okay.
Many mothers do not do that. In the end, the daughters are like, did she deliver me? Did she really
Are you
deliver
sure you're
me?
my real mother?
Are you sure you're my real mother, or you're a stepmother or something, an auntie? Because the way you just shout at me, the way you beat me, the way you scold me, I'm not sure you really love me. Because you don't take time to say, baby, I love you.
Okay.
Even though I shout at you, you did wrong here, here, and here. But remember, I really love you. You're a special gift from God to me, and I will do anything for you.
Oh, that's
I
it.
will die for you, you know that.
Oh.
But please, you need to behave well. You are the star player of our family team.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you do affects our family. What you do affects me. So please be careful how you behave. Not so, Vanessa.
That's very true, Mom, and it's very exciting when the way you put it. But I doubt how many. It's like I'm watching a movie when you're saying that. Even though I have a good relationship with my mom, but when I look around, what you have just said to me is like a movie.
You don't see that.
It doesn't happen. I
Okay.
don't see it happening.
You have a right. You can say everything to her right here. You should give you an answer. Say everything. No fear.
Mothers often the want to impose on
Okay,
their
control,
children. Yes, they
control.
want to be over controlling, but they have to realize too that there is something inside of us. They are failing to let us
Express
it,
ourselves.
and we often find it very frustrating.
Yeah.
When a mother keeps imposing on you, they come and shout at you. It's good, scold at the child when the child is wrong, but they never give us the opportunity to even express ourselves, why we behave the way we behave,
Okay. That's
how we
the
were
point.
thinking, because we definitely are not thinking the same way you are thinking.
Yeah.
Even two adults hardly think the same way.
You're correct.
And so it's quite frustrating on us when you behave like that and you don't allow us to express the reason why we behave the way we did.
Oh, you make that
It's
point. You make the
quite-
point. You
Vanessa,
talked about it without
yes.
even realizing, because you said they should listen.
Yes.
The mothers should listen.
Listen, yes. Vanessa, I actually have to apologize to you. You know why? Because we grew up without any parenting skills. We are just rehearsing what we learned with our own mothers. You know, that's what we are doing to you. And so if my mother was the shouting type, the beating type, I'll know that that's parenting. I'll do the same thing to you. You understand? So that's why I say I'm really sorry. In the place of all mothers, I'll say we are sorry because we think we are doing you good. We are rehearsing what we did, what our own mothers did to us, and we don't know that times have changed. And then nobody has taught us parenting. Nobody has taught us communication. Listening, Amy, is a very difficult skill. And so if mothers were to be taught listening and communication, they will have a better relationship with their children. Vanessa, I didn't start off being like this. Oh yes, when I had my own daughter, I started off shouting at her too. Then she would say, Mom is preaching. I said, my own daughter that I waited to have. Now she sees me as a preacher. Oh my goodness, I better do something about it, you know. And I actually had to, mothers, I had to, let me say, well, how can I put it? Be humble. Voila, that's the word. Be humble enough to know that, hey, I failed as a mother. Then you go on, like your tail between your legs, you go back to your daughter, you climb on her bed, and you say, baby, I'm sorry. Very difficult for mothers to tell their daughters, I'm sorry.
Very important.
Very important. And, you know, is there anything I can do? And your daughter will be like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have anything to tell you. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like rubbing in the humility. So you have to go down even further and say, well, I understand. Even though inside your life, my own daughter that I delivered, talking to me like this.
I know, right?
It's difficult.
I know.
Mother-daughter relationship.
It is.
But we have to learn.
Yeah.
Amy, times have changed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so many things are evolving.
So many
and if
things
we
are
must
evolving.
keep the plates in the cupboard, the glasses in your shelves, and the books in your shelves, then we must also evolve.
Yes.
Without yet the nurturing traditional values that we have
Yes.
as the African persons.
Yes.
Always good to have you
Very
on the show.
important.
Always good.
Amy.
This is great. I know that mothers are transforming. I mean, so many mothers are transformed as we speak. Because sometimes we do things and we're ignorant. We do not know what
Yes.
we are doing.
It's ignorance.
Sometimes we do things because others do things. Like
Yeah.
I've had situations where even a little girl, she's barely 15 and she has a kid. She barely knows her left from her right.
I know.
She has a kid. And when you ask her what happened, Ransom, she tells you, my mates, all of my mates were pregnant. So I thought it was necessary for me to get pregnant. Can you imagine a child? You can react.
Go ahead, Vanessa.
That reminds me of, I remember when I was 18, I told my mom, I really love children. She knows. I love babies so much. So I told her, it's really going to be a good idea if I have my baby probably at this age 18 or before 20, before I get to the university, so that when I'll be grown up, my baby already be big. I love to carry my own child. Oh, she didn't really retaliate. It was like a shock to her. But she kept quiet, and after some time she asked me, but you're a Christian? I said yes, and I am not sure they appreciate children out of wedlock. So how are you going to get married with that? It got me thinking. I was not even thinking that way. I was just thinking of something that was burning inside me. I love children. I love the fact that I see a young mother carrying her own child, so I'm like, wow, so that's your baby. And after some time, she made me understand that it wasn't just about me getting pregnant. What happens to my education? What happens? How do I take care of the baby? Because she's definitely not going to help me. She made it clear to me, you won't be having a job then, and so how are you going to really take care of this child? Just count me out. And so I sat. I'm like, oh, I love to become this, but if I'm not working at this point, how am I going to? I'm instead going to frustrate that child I'm claiming I so love. So it's, I don't know. It's something that's around the environment. You watch people having children, you don't even understand the circumstances under which, because some of them are carrying those babies, they were raped, they're victims of incest.
Circumstances.
Just the circumstances around them caused them to have the children. And some parent too, they maybe that child is the only child of their father or their to his parent, and the parent encouraged the child to get pregnant.
Correct. You're very correct.
You see it and you are like, wow, I wish I could be like that. And that was just what I was thinking. But my mom, she took time to tell me, and after she spoke to me about it, she made me understand how
She
difficult.
got you thinking.
Yes, it really got me
It's
thinking.
not all about
and
just opening your legs and maybe 9 months and you open and you push. You have to be morally,
Yes.
psychologically, emotionally,
Yes.
financially
Yeah.
ready to take care of the needs of this child.
That's true.
You're not going to abandon the child to society.
That's
Like
true.
this mother, we played something on Cameron's Crow on Thursday. She was blaming the Sunday school teacher for teaching. Oh, I'll get that video before the end of the show. But teaching her son bad morals in Sunday school. She did not take time to control what these children do at home. She just called the Sunday school teacher and started insulting her, calling her all names. And the Sunday school teacher was like, Junior, is this what we teach you in Sunday school? He said, no. Junior, have you seen this before? He said, yes. The mother said, wait. She was nagging. Where? Tell me where you learned this. And she was, Junior, where did you learn this from? Junior showed the TV screen. And everybody was like, oh. But she already blames the Sunday school teacher.
I know.
They blame the teachers for getting to know that the teachers are also parents.
Yeah.
They have their frustrations. They are not paid on time. They work under unbearable conditions. You see them shabby. They're looking for ways through evening classes to get small tips to feed your own families. And you want them to shoulder your parenting responsibility? Oh my God. You did not sign a contract with them before making that baby. Courtesy, take care of those children.
But
You know,
Vanessa,
we in a society where
you
people
have
just
a great
blame.
relationship
Yeah,
with your mother.
I like that. I like
you
that.
have a great relationship with
I
your
like
mother.
that.
It's just like in the TV.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so
she's,
I mean, you can't be
Oh.
people like you
She's-
and your mother should be talking to other mothers and other daughters to create that kind of relationship.
Yeah,
You know?
because she did not scold, she did not shout, she did not hit you, but she brought you to reason
Yeah.
and to think usefully for your own future. And I'm sure today you're not regretting.
Oh,
Are you
I'm
regretting?
not. I'm not regretting at all.
Alright.
She's actually the firstborn of my mom. Though I call her my mom often. She's Madame Folemu Anje, and she's watching right now.
Tell her
she
all the
just
nice
gave-
things you want to tell her. You have
Ye-
exceptionally.
I want to use this opportunity and tell the whole world that I love you. I appreciate everything that you have done. You've been such an awesome mother to me.
That
I
is-
love you.
And you see what I've
Many
always
mothers
told you.
would die to hear that. I hope my daughter is listening. No, she can't be listening now. But since my husband is listening, please tell your daughter.
Mommy Fun,
Tell your daughter that she can tell me that.
Mommy Fun, you're an awesome mother. You are an awesome
Thank
mother.
you, Amy.
You are so
Thank you.
awesome. Words in the dictionary cannot define the qualities you possess as a mother.
Wow.
And believe me, you are not only a mother to the fun team, the fun children.
Yes, FC
You are a
Fun.
mother to many other children outside the fun team. And that's exactly what it takes to be a mother. A mother is not only that one
Yes,
who
that's
carries
true.
and pushes. We have many who carry, they push and they dump in the dustbin.
Yes, that's
No,
true.
you can't stand in front of me and tell me you're a mother. I will hush you out anytime, any second, without judging you, because any right-thinking mother, like the situation we have in Bamenda, where a mother left her 5-year-old child to go for a youth camping retreat. I do not know which right-thinking mother would allow a 5-year-old child to go for a youth camping retreat. I used to hear about that when I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be at least 15. You should know your left
From your right. Yeah.
You're sending a 5-year-old child. When everybody at 5:30 is trying to get water to take their bath or maybe go praying, who'll be taking care of a 5-year-old child?
I know.
You cannot be right-thinking mother and you do that. Thank goodness the police, the authorities in Northwest Region are doing everything to track the case and understand what happened, because because of it, this child got missing. Yes, we're going to dig deeper, and then we'll bring a show for you on the Trivi Show, because it's your show, and it's meant to heal. It's meant to allow you air out your grievances about situations you see, you hurt, you don't understand, but you want a change.
And get solutions.
And we find solutions. We
Yes.
talk about it, and that's why we bring people like her to share so touching testimonies with you. I'm sure you guys are so amazed. You're like, is this Cameroon? Yes, it's Cameroon, and it's live from Douala. And it's possible. Anytime you think it right, it's possible. So you can join us through the numbers. I mean, send all your questions. Don't wait till midday. You won't have the chance. Dr. Mrs. Fon is right here. Send all your questions. If you have a difficult mother-daughter relationship, your mother, don't be shy. Your daughter, don't be shy. And if you're so shy, you don't want to identify yourself, just air out the
Yes,
situation.
very
She will
important.
address the situation. And I'm sure at the end of the show, by the end of the show, you would have learned something new. You would have learned how to cope with your daughter. Because with the WhatsApp, the Twitter, social media, sometimes the child does not even know that when you wake up, the first thing you do is make up your bed and clean the house and do the washing of the dishes. First thing, up, tap, on the phone.
I know.
Television said, no, that's annoying. And mother needs to shout. But how do you shout? You need to scold. How do you scold? How you bring that child to reasoning? Let's talk about it. It's a TV show and it's live on La Television du Monde. I'll take a few messages before we take another element. And then we will continue the ride on the show, improving the daughter-mother relationship. Now Colette is coming back. Sorry, beautiful and strong African ladies. Okay, she's saying she's not calling us guys anymore. That's good. We love that girl. Greetings to you all. Mothers are responsible for your daughter's successful marriage, because in Africa, when a man comes to marry a lady, they always ask about your mom's character. If the mom is good, the men usually get serious. And in cases where the mother has a bad character, the man might get skeptical about marrying her, because it is said that a good mother has a good daughter. So mothers must be of good character for your daughter's happiness. You agree with that?
Oh, yes. 100%.
100%.
Yeah, because we have to take our responsibilities as mothers.
Okay.
Yes. You know, Amy, I always say respect.
Yeah.
Good behavior.
Yeah.
It is caught in the house. It is not taught.
Yeah.
Is that not true, Vanessa?
Very true, Mom.
You don't go teaching your daughter what you don't live.
Yeah.
So if you want your daughter to catch your good behavior, your respect and everything, to respect you, you have to first be able to live it. And many mothers are not conscious of that, you know. They're like, I will talk, you are supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to respect me as your mother.
Okay.
How are you respecting their dad? How are you respecting her, the child? I mean, let's talk about this. Living in the family, relationships in the family. The mother is supposed to be the coach, the custodian of relationships in the family. What is she doing? Amy, whenever I come on this show, I'll always say it. Mothers don't portray that respect that is needed to teach their family members as the coaches of the family. Amy, for example, a small boy, goes to Nigeria for 3 months, disappears for 3 months, comes back, calls himself a man of God. The mother would start talking to him with respect, bow down to him.
Daddy. They call them daddy.
Yeah, man of God, daddy. And then the husband who is in the house, first man of God in the house, because in Genesis chapter 25, the
John?
husband is the first
Papa John.
first prophet of the family. You talk to him anyhow in front of the children. Then you expect the children to respect you, to have a good daughter-mother relationship. I mean, wake up and smell the coffee. Good behavior is caught. It is not taught.
Good behavior is caught.
It is not.
It is
It
not.
is not taught. It is caught. So catch it
Yes.
from this 3V show, right? It's not taught. So your parents did not transmit it from you. They didn't transmit it to you, maybe because they didn't have it. Catch it now from Dr. Mrs. Fon.
Great.
What's so wise is sufficient. Good morning, ladies. I am Bora, and what Dr. Mrs. Fon is saying is hyper correct. But one can't give word. Oh my God, we're expecting your messages and not your calls. One can't give what they don't have, because some mothers don't even know how to be subtle with your daughters. Most mothers have turned their homes into a military camp.
I know. Not
Oh.
so. And for them, they are bringing up the children.
Oh, yeah.
I want to train my children. I was trained. I got up at 5 a.m. I went to the farm on foot. I used to tell that to my daughter. I should be like, that was your time. That was your time. Don't think that you're going to bring it to us here. And, at first, when your child is so little, a baby, you talk to the baby does not answer.
That's true.
Then the toddler, as the child is growing up, you spank and the child runs to obey. Then the child gets to 18, 19. She's already a woman to like you, maybe taller than you. And then you talk to her, she looks at you like this. And then she makes, hey, you say, my goodness, my own daughter that I deliver.
Comparison and competition comes.
That is a critical period for mothers. You have to decide the kind of relationship that you have with your daughter. Are you going to be the military colonel where you shout and back orders?
Or you'll be humble enough.
Or you'll be humble enough to listen and say, I made a mistake.
Somewhere.
Let me go back and correct so that I can have a wonderful relationship with my daughter. It's not easy for mothers, so I'm telling you, it's not easy. I used to have a difficult time. My daughter will accuse me. I will accuse her. She'll be like, you're shouting too much. Say, me? Shouting? I just want to bring you up. I want to train you. I don't want a lazy daughter. You go into your marriage, you don't know how to cook. You don't know how to sweep the floor. Hey, my goodness. But meanwhile, the way to do it at 18, 19, terrible teens, you have to use different parenting methods. I tell parents, the other day I was in ADAX for father-son relationship. For their Father's Day celebration, they invited the Tesho Foundation to come and talk to fathers.
That's sweet.
And father and son relationship, very difficult too.
Yeah.
So I told the fathers, you know what? You're going to have to sell your idea to your son. If you want your son to do something, sell the idea. Negotiate and sell the idea. How many African parents will stoop low to negotiate with their children?
Very few of them. We count them with fingers. Like
they'll say, Dr. Fon, get away.
Yes.
You don't know anything about
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't want the boys to have shoulders over head.
But it ends up with stress, alienation, separation of the parents, stress. You are in the house, you don't even know where your son is. You people are not talking to each other. I mean, just simple talk. You are not talking. You are making the father. You are not. I will not talk to him. He wants to challenge me in my own house. So where are you going to?
It's a military
where
camp.
will you end up in?
And what are you sending to them?
What are you saying?
Because they obviously become fathers tomorrow.
That is the thing.
So Vanessa, many homes have been transformed into military camps.
Definitely. I think in military camps, what the commander has said, you take.
Whether you like it or not.
Take and just follow it. I experienced something when I was in high school. Again, my mom traveled, and when she visited my aunt, with my aunt, the way she treats her children is like when you get up in the morning and eat and go to school, you have no pocket allowance until you come back again in the evening. But it wasn't the way she was treating me before. So when she returned back, when she came to the house, she told me, I saw something when I went on holiday and I really loved it. I'm like, she's already about imposing something on me again. So she told me it was the same thing I was going to start doing. And I remember I used to sleep at times and get up very late. And so to finish the few things I had to do, I will not be able to take breakfast. So I just take my allowance. I'm expecting to eat during lunch in school. But she changed the rules. I'm like, really? I'm going to follow this strict rule like this? And that pushed me to doing something I've never done. I removed 2,000 francs from her purse, and we were just two of us in the house. I told her I didn't do it. It was just as a result of a rule she just brought it. She didn't even negotiate, like Mom was saying. That parents should try and negotiate some things. It was a good idea, actually. It was a good thing, because even now I find it difficult to eat probably in a day. I just take some few things. It was a good training. It was a good idea what she was doing. But the way she brought it, I'm like, you don't even understand me. You don't understand my system. You have just gone and copied something and you're imposing on me. And that was it was really frustrating.
Yeah.
I did what I never
didn't wanna
intended
do.
to do, and it was really frustrating. After that, a lot of things changed. I was then shy. I stopped being open to her because I'm like, you're looking
Yeah,
into
you're
her
looking
eyes,
guilty, right?
you're looking
I
into
know.
her eyes, and you had lied to her. Are you about to lie again? I mean, it was really tormenting
Yeah.
until 4 months after I had to tell
tell her the truth.
what really happened. But I didn't tell her my reason for doing that was retaliating for her imposing some rules on me. She didn't understand and she didn't negotiate. So I had to fight. I had to fight it back.
Yes,
the
She
way
didn't
I had
understand.
to. Yeah.
She did not negotiate. She did not listen, and there was retaliation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, avoid situations like that in your homes. It ain't easy. Nothing good comes easy. But you know, a journey to 1,000 miles begins with a
Yes.
step. You may fall, you may fall, you may fall again, you may fall, and never stop trying to walk, because when you keep walking, you get to the 100 or the 1,000 mile. If you're just joining us, you are watching Views, Voices, and Visions, and we're trying to improve the daughter-mother relationship in our communities, in our homes, in our society, in the churches. Yes.
Yes.
After sermon, you finish, the pastor says you should not hate, you should love one another like yourself, you should give to the poor, and the moment you're leaving church, gossip right in front of your daughters. You don't want them to become gossips, and you're gossiping.
No.
And you're just from sermon. We're not judging anybody. You're watching a 3V show. Let's go and have element number 2, and we'll be back for more. The visa remains the same, 679-475415.
Now this is what happens when your child cannot act right in school. You have to bring them. Wave to them, Ramia. Wave to the camera. Turn around and wave. Turn around and wave. This is what happens when she cannot act right. Her parent has to come to school. Then she said I'm recording her embarrassment. But ask me, do I give a damn? When you do not act right in these people's school and they have to call me, then I come to your school and I shows out. So I've been here for first period, second, third, fourth, and fifth, sixth, and now we're heading to seventh period. So hopefully she can get her act together and I won't have to come back no more. Yep, here she goes. Now we at her seventh period block. This is the block that she seen that she cannot get right in. So since she cannot get right in seventh period, her mother has to come with her. So let's take a look in her classroom. Now she wants to hide because now she's embarrassed. Let's not be embarrassed. This is her seat. And as she sits there, I will be sitting here. So that means we both sitting. Daughter and mama, and that's what happens when she cannot act right. So can we all say she can't act right? She cannot act right. Thank you. Oh, it's some little boy saying, hey there, some little girl, it's another little boy. This is what happens when we cannot get right. Now, are we gonna get right tomorrow? Now, she says yes, but if she can't get right tomorrow, I'll be back at Roosevelt Middle School. Now, this is for everybody that can't get right. Oh, her name is Ramia Beckford. She cannot get right. You want to tell the camera hi? Oh, now she don't want to tell you hi because she's afraid. But little does she know, this going on Facebook. Oh, that means everybody going to see how you cannot get right. Oh, that is the bell, so we have to go. Last period. Oh, this is her teacher. So now we're going to be saying hi.
That's I don't know if you had that problem we had, but this is a mother in the U.S. screaming her daughter, embarrassing her in school in front of her
friend.
mates.
Oh,
You know how that feels when you're a girl child, right?
Ah, yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
yeah,
very
yeah.
calm. She's not reacting. I just cannot imagine the lightning and thunder that will come after.
Oh, yes. I want to congratulate the daughter.
Yeah.
Because many daughters will not do that. They will not sit calmly like that while you embarrass them. Parents, please, whatever you do, don't embarrass your child in front of the friends. If your children embarrass you in front of your friends, how would you feel? Ask yourself that question. Maybe you need to bite your tongue You know, if you need to insult them in front of their friends, please, mothers, bite your tongue. Don't do it. I mean, many mothers, including me, we've done things like that we've regretted. Yes, you always regret, because your child will start acting up, and your child too might decide to embarrass you in front of your friends too, especially when they are, you know, young teenagers, young adults. Yes, Vanessa, is
Yes,
that not
ma'am.
true? You feel so bad when somebody talks to you in front of your friends, especially if you have boys now, boys who are chatting you up,
Yeah.
and then your mother just comes up and talks to you anyhow.
It's really frustrating. It's quite terrible, especially when you're trying to, when you have even given your friends the impression that you're the kind of good girl,
I know.
or
Your mommy's daughter.
yes, your mommy's daughter, and suddenly one day,
Mommy
bam,
comes and
in school, and they're like, you're first
do
of
you
all
do?
frustrated that you're feeling like you have lied to your friends, and on top of that, there is your own ego too.
I know.
There's your own ego too, so you feel like it's really not good. It's
how
terrible.
we draw a thin line between respect and friendship existing between daughters and mothers is something we will get to one tab before the end of the show. Hello, I am Miriam. I'm enjoying your program all the way. I also think that you're a good mother with a good heart, but your children could be different. Is it possible for you to have a good mother? You're a good mother and you have different children? Is that possible, Mommy Fun?
You know, that's always the complaint of mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can deliver a child, but you cannot deliver the heart. That's what they say in the village. You deliver a child, but you don't deliver the heart. But I want to tell mothers, please don't give up. Don't give up. Keep trying. Keep changing methods. You are the coach of the family team. If it doesn't work this way, change methods and do something differently. But your end result should be to have a wonderful relationship with your daughter, the kind of relationship you've dreamt about. I want her to be my best friend. What do I need as skills to make her my best friend? Please, my daughter, what can we do so that we can become best friends? How many mothers have asked their daughters that question, you know? What can we do, baby, so that we can become best friends? That's a sign of humility, Amy. To say, what can we do?
It's us.
It's
It's
us.
not just me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many mothers don't have the humility to ask that question. A very important question. You'll be surprised with the answer.
So mothers, if you're that mother who does not believe you can be humble enough to listen to your children like Vanessa's mother listens to her, and when she did not listen, she retaliated and came back and talked to her and she started listening, like Mommy Fun listened to her mother, you better start listening. And after listening, you ask your child, yeah, sweetheart, what can we do to make this work? Because like Dr. Mrs. Fun, Food Facial Program puts it, the mother is the coach and the children are the team players. And anytime the team players are loggerheads, the other one will not pass the ball to the other person, and then there won't be any goal, and of course the team will not be a winning team. And when there is understanding, the ball will go to the right person from one someone it told to maybe to one Generation Tab, and before you know it, he has scored the goals.
Yeah.
The goals are for the family. We take a few messages. This one is coming from Ekwoge Joseph. You say hello. The program is interesting. One of a kind on TV. And I suggest parents should teach your girl children about sex education. It's very important because they reach the stage of puberty and they think everyone is nothing to them. Sex education coming again. When should your mother start talking sex with you? When do you let me ask
Vanessa, yes.
Like I said, my biological mom, she didn't teach me. She didn't teach me sex education when I was growing or when I was a teen. But when I started living with my sister, she immediately started to teach me, and I was already 14, 15. So it was already kind of late. But before then, usually when she would come back from holidays, she would like visit, talk to us about it. But she too was a little bit shy then. It was only until when I was really 15. But thank God for keeping me. I'll say thank God for keeping me and my sisters too. It was when I was 15 that she really started teaching me about it. I believe she herself was enlightened by then. So she really sat and talked to me. This is it. This is what you shouldn't do. Having a boyfriend shouldn't be your priority, or maybe sleeping with a boy shouldn't be your priority. And she didn't just say don't. She always took her time to like, these are the consequences. If you do this, this is what is going to happen. So she always tried to put a balance. She makes it simple and clear for me. So to me, I believe if you even start like the age of, as soon as we are growing and the timings are changing, so long as the children, so long as the children are exposed to the internet, TV, you should start teaching them as soon as they have started learning or watching all of those things, because you will not be in the house when they are tuning to one TV program or another, and what they see they want to practice. So if you are shy, they will definitely want to practice it behind you.
And they'll even do better than you. Dr. Mrs. Ford, when do you start talking sex with your girl child? And how do you ensure that it does not break that thin line of respect between you and your daughter?
I want to first say, Vanessa, I'm sure many mothers who are watching us now will be like, wow.
They're amazed, yes, I know.
15 is late. But, you know, mothers, times have changed.
Yeah.
It's not like in our days where our mothers waited till we were like 18, 20, and it was 2 sentences. Boys are bad, sex is bad. Period. Don't try it. Don't say good morning to a boy. If a boy tells you good morning, don't answer.
If he kisses you, you'll be pregnant.
If he kisses you, touching you, not even kissing, touching you, you'll be pregnant. And so, Amy, many mothers don't even know how to talk sex education with their children. It's something that they have to learn, Amy. And you know, what I always teach, this morning I was talking to my daughter in the house. I have another daughter, adopted daughter. After prayers, we were like, you know, I went to the CYF youth camp and I told them about premarital sex. You have to make a choice. If you choose to have sex before marriage, these are the consequences. You might not have HIV, but you have a broken heart. Because boys don't have the word commitment in their vocabulary. You have to understand that. My daughter, if you really love a boy, you want him to be your husband, don't give him sex before he marries you. Don't give him sex, no matter what he says. Don't be in the same room with him. Because you love him, you're going to fall to temptation. So behave in a certain way. If you really love him, tell him to go and meet your parents, to come and meet us, and then you can give him the sex afterwards. My daughter, I'm not going to tell you sex is bad. Sex is the greatest thing that God created. It's better than the 7 wonders of the world. When it is in marriage, there's no guilt associated to it. There's no other thing. I mean, you just work on having a holistic life in your family. In-law problems are taken care of. Money management, praise and gratitude, communication. And then you can go to your bedroom and have the great sex. Choose, my daughter. Because boys will tell you, I love you. You are the best thing that happened to me. Then you give them sex. They have a housewoman, a cook, a mother to deliver their children, a washerwoman, a sex machine. So why should they marry? For goodness sake. Why marry? Why bother to marry? You have everything without the strings attached. So after 4 or 5 years, he's bored with you. He wants something new. He leaves you, no marriage certificate, and he goes ahead to get another conquest. So I said, my daughter, you have to choose. You know, it's yours. I'm not going to fool you and say sex is bad. It's not bad though. It's very good. But then you have to choose. If you really love him, don't give him sex before the marriage.
If you love him, don't give him sex before the marriage, no matter how tempting it may be. Sex will not prove your love to him, because you may not even do it the right way, and he will drop you at the corner and Mommy, you're so just wonderful. Dr. Mrs. Ford, high five.
Hey,
all what you said is super correct. Charles from Bomara. Thanks so much, Charles, for joining us from Bomara. It's so exciting, right? Put all the questions, put your cards on the table, and go back home today with education, information, empowerment skills to know how to run your homes in the fear of the Lord. while yet breaking the barriers, breaking the boundaries, and building bridges so you all can cross towards one direction. Thanks very much for your messages, and please continue to take good care of our society. Well, post your questions and you will have answers live on the show thanks to Dr. Mrs. Forn. Alright, we have this other one. This talk is so vital because women are so instrumental, not only about bringing up children but also building a nation. This is that part of truth the majority of our ignorant African mothers are missing out on. I'd like to believe that what mothers inculcate in your children is exactly what they'll exhibit wherever they are, and that includes marriage, for no husband will condone a bad wife, as a nation will smile at criminals. Okay, you did not tell us who you are, but that's quite a powerful message.
Yeah.
Thanks so very much for that powerful message. Collins Taco is writing to us to say, good morning, ladies. Thanks for the theme. Education begins at home, so parents should take the lead. Parents, you should take the lead. Colette Loom, I see she's regretting she's not on this show today. Keep sending the message. It's going to help a great deal. I love what doctor is saying about premarital sex. That is the next talk which I think I am going to elaborate on.
Yeah.
High five.
High five.
That's it. I'm loving this. You're watching Views, Voices and Visions, and it's live on La Television du Monde. Improving the daughter-mother relationship. When do you start making the first move to ensure that your daughter will tell you all and you'll be able to tell her all without breaking that thin line of respect? When do you nurture the friendship between your daughter and yourself? When do you break that barrier? When do you break that boundary that keeps your daughter away from you? When do you break that feeling of competing or maybe comparing yourself with your mother? Does your daughter compare herself with you? Do you have that feeling
not
of
really.
competition?
You know, mothers have to understand that daughters and their fathers
Yeah.
have a relationship. It's called the Electra complex in psychology, where daughters are very close to their fathers and mothers are very close to their sons. It's called the Oedipus complex. Sometimes it brings problems in their future relationships, but parents need to understand that. And so my daughter is very, very close to her dad. Very close. I mean, sometimes we travel, we meet her, she's in Boston. She will take her dad shopping, not me. But since I know about the Electra complex, I don't mind. I just like, so you've taken your daddy out, and what of me? Say, mommy, you have too many things. You have too many friends. But I know it's the Electra complex thing.
Do you compete with your mother? Do you compare with her?
I think I started doing that already when she gave me the opportunity. Like, she would tell me her everything. She's like very open to me. I started like, today she bought a pair of shoes. Why couldn't she just get me one? Today she bought 3 pairs of dresses. Why couldn't she just get me one? Or even if she got me one, I'm like trying to look at hers, but she equally realized that, and she didn't really confront me that way. But she has a kind of way. She's such a great woman. I appreciate her, and I've copied so much from her. She has a way of, she'll always manage it, and before you know it, she has put it already clear to you what she will not address to you. She has a way of managing it in a way that you just see that this is the line she's trying to pull. You shouldn't go beyond this.
Shouldn't go beyond the limits.
Yeah,
Now,
very important.
Yeah.
To let your children know parents have to be parents. Even though we are friends, the children should know the line that they can't cross.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go to school and they say it, you know. Like one day I was in church, after church, a friend to her daughter, the classmates, came up to me and said, do you know what your daughter thinks about you? And I was like, I hope it's nothing bad. She said, one day in school, we were talking about, you know, some of our friends were saying, when I want something, I go to my mother and I tell her this. The other person said, no, I'll go to my father and tell her this. And our daughter said, with my parents, no such luck. I said, why? Say, because anything you say to my mother, she will tell my father. Anything you tell my father, she will tell my mother. You know, so children really know. Children really know, and they know the limit they cannot. You know, you can go and fool your dad and take things from him or fool your mom, but when children know the limits, they abide by those limits, because parents must be parents and children will be children. But you know your role and I know mine.
How do you earn and deserve your daughter's love and respect without stumbling?
You're going to
you've
stumble.
listened.
Emmy, you're going to stumble.
stumble.
Oh,
Okay, you must
yes.
stumble. All
There
right.
is no ideal relationship. You're going to stumble. She's going to hate you at one time
Yeah.
and ask whether you delivered her when you really had sometimes, you know. And then afterwards, she will understand that you truly love her. You're going to stumble, Amy. But don't you mind. Stumble, you get up. Your ideal, your goal should always be to have that relationship where you can go and jump into bed with your daughter,
Yeah.
and you people will talk and talk for hours, where your daughter can call you long distance and say, Mommy, I'm having this problem. What do you think?
I remember watching a show with the Miss P, and she received the Uche Jumbo, and Uche Jumbo said, when she gave birth to her daughter, immediately after the childbearing exercise, the first person she called was her mother, and her mother became her best friend.
At that time.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
And when she continued, she said she was very troublesome. But after that famous exercise, she asked herself, could she take all of this from me and still love me? She called her mother to tell her mother how much she loves her mother.
Oh, yeah.
That's just to add a flesh to what you said, like she will hate you without
Yes.
understanding your intentions.
Yeah.
And until she makes the mistake of eating the bitter leaf and understanding how bitter
Bitter.
it is, she'll become a better friend.
Yeah, true.
She'll become a better friend. You wanted to say something?
I just wanted to say, at times parents too, when, especially mothers, when you are telling us what we should do, and we are watching you doing something else,
Different.
and
Say,
we are
say
like,
it with examples. Say it with examples.
Yeah.
Be
Okay.
outspoken, yeah.
let's say you are telling your child not to flirt around, not to
Yeah.
flirt around, and a child, this not been my experience though, and your child is observing you keeping like men outside of your matrimonial home. It's quite frustrating. How really do you want that child to grasp the teaching you are giving her? You are teaching me something and you are doing something else. Goodness, most people learn. Someone like me, I learn a lot when I watch. And like children, we always copy what we are seeing. We copy a lot from what we learn a lot. Like mommy just said, some morals some things are
catch them.
easier caught, easily caught.
You're not
Not
taught,
taught.
right?
Yes, not taught. So I think most parents, what they should instead do, if you really want to inculcate a value in a child, make sure you're practicing it. Make sure you're practicing it and practice it. You might not, because if you have many children in the house, at times they have different temperament, and they love being taught in their different ways. So you will not want to come and just impose things on them like that. So it's really a cool thing to do.
So Vanessa, it's very difficult, parents, for you to be telling your children not to flirt, when you're capital F, they see you with different mates, left and right. Well,
But-
it's true that a father could have girlfriends that are not necessarily his sex mates, just like a mother could have boyfriends that are not necessarily her sex mates. But these children also can tell when it is. That's it, right?
They can tell the
Definitely.
difference
They can tell
now.
the difference.
And at times, someone is scolding at you. You have not cleaned plates before going to bed, and you see her in your absence. Maybe you surprise her, and you see dirty plates in the kitchen very early in the morning. They tell you, don't get up and get out of your room without cleaning, maybe dressing your bed. And it's like midday. You pass and you eye her bedroom is still messy. So it's really, there are a lot of things it's psychological. You necessarily don't have to want to do it, but when you see it too often, you just find yourself doing it.
Vanessa, this is so interesting.
It's very interesting.
Very interesting.
She's
I
touching
hope
the
that
hook.
many mothers
She's
are
touching
listening.
something.
Yes,
She
I
is.
hope many mothers
Yeah.
are listening.
Yeah.
And the truth is that when you listen to your daughter will talk like Vanessa is talking like this. You know, if you really listen, Amy, listening is a skill that mothers need to learn.
Yeah.
Mothers talk a lot, but it's time that they sit back and say, my daughter, tell me, what do we need to do? And when your daughter is talking, you listen to her. You just nod. You don't say anything. You don't justify. You don't say, I'm the mother, I'm this or that. You just listen and you nod and you say,
Okay.
you know, you just listen. Because many mothers have never heard their daughters tell them what Vanessa is saying. Yes.
That's true. And sometimes maybe some Vanessas are not bold enough to talk because it's
The
a military
environment
camp.
has
a
not been
military
created by the mother.
All right.
You need to create that environment that is conducive for your child to talk. Because many mothers be like, my daughter does not talk to me. She has friends outside. Have you created that environment where she can feel bold enough to talk to you?
And another thing too, when your daughter talks to you, and later on you tell an aunt what your daughter told you about herself,
She doesn't find it funny.
or she might actually want. Maybe at times it's good you tell daddy about it, but make sure you don't make your daughter be aware that you told daddy about it. And later on she finds out from another person what you told her, and you know she's the only person you told. It really
it breaks
yes,
that,
yes.
that confidence.
It
that,
causes us to want to keep a lot to
You retract.
ourselves.
Yeah,
And
we
when we
do.
keep a lot to ourselves, we at times it could be choking. You want to look
you end up
look,
opening
yeah.
up to the wrong person.
And they give you advice. You want to listen to your friends. You want to listen to what others have been doing, and you want to be independent. So I think parents should really be they should take a lot of cautions when it comes to that.
Yeah.
If your child confides in you, don't just express it. Maybe you don't know how many people she talked to. Maybe you are just the only one she talks to about
And
that.
she wants it that way.
Yes, and I'm very good at that. For example, I know when I have something and I tell you and I hear it again, I don't need to doubt because I know the person I
told
told.
you.
Yes.
You're the only one who
Yeah.
took it out. So mothers, be
I'm
very careful.
laughing.
Yeah, that's true, because sometimes the mother may want to share with the sister.
Yeah.
And then the niece does not want the aunt to know that situation.
Yeah.
But the mother is sharing maybe with the sister because she does not know how to address the situation. So mothers also know that your children have their ego and they have a right to their privacy.
Privacy.
If she's coming
Very
to you, it's because she
important.
trusts you. But if
Yeah.
you're taking it to somebody, you're now breaking that line of trust that exists between you in terms of friendship.
Very, very important. And you know, my daughter will tell me, Mommy, I'm not going to tell you my thing because you go and tell daddy.
La, 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 la,
So
la,
you
la,
see,
la.
what Vanessa is saying is so
That's
true.
true. That's
So true.
You're watching the 3V show and it's live. Keep them coming. I'll take a few messages. And the doctor is very, very right. I love you so much, Doc. This is Milton from Bamenda.
Milton, I love you too. Mwah.
Oh, this is sweet. For real, premarital sex does not keep a relationship. It kills it.
Oh yeah.
If not now, it will be in the future. This is Milton. Thanks so very much, Milton, for joining us. Wow, I'm very happy for the topic. Sex education, actual. I'm confused in the area. You say if you truly love, you should. A girl go straight to her parents. What if I'm at the age? What if I'm at the age of 19? Can I come to your house and inform you that I want to marry your daughter? Will you marry me? Will you welcome me? Sorry. This is Kuma Rene from Kuma. Okay, in a nutshell, I think he's wanting to find out if at 19 it's possible for him to come directly to the family and tell the family that he is in love with the daughter.
At 19, Kume,
You should be learning,
you want
right?
to sleep with my daughter, right? You want to have sex with my daughter. If you are honorable and you want to marry her, come to the house and tell me you want to marry her. Understand, as a doctor, I know that hormones at 19, hormones are already acting in you. You are attracted to my daughter. You want to get really close to her. The kind of closeness that is had in sex. But the thing is that there are consequences. So if you come, we'll listen to your plans. Do you want to get married now? We can help you along to get married. People get married at 19, 20 and they make it. But they need people to accompany them,
Yes.
to help them
Yes.
along, to counsel them, to talk to them. I mean, it's not because you're attracted to someone that you want to go and have sex with that person. As I say, the consequences of premarital sex are so serious. Our children need to know that. But if you want to get married, fine. I'll welcome Kume. You say the name is Kume, right?
Kume, yes. Right.
Yeah,
From Kume.
I'll welcome Kume.
Okay.
And we'll talk about Kume's plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if the plans do not the vision of your daughter or the vision you have for your daughter?
I am sure that Kume would have talked with my daughter first. And they've had a vision for their family. We'll get married now. Things will be very, very difficult. But because we love each other, we are going to make it, Vanessa. Let's go and see your parents so that they can give us their blessing. We'll go to court. The mayor will give us the blessing. And we'll go and start doing what we've been dreaming about and shouldering the responsibilities of being parents. Or you might decide not to have a baby just yet, but you will work on your relationship and make your plans together. You understand, Amy? I know people who have been married at 18, 19, and they've made it. They've made it. Wonderful marriage.
Okay.
Yes. So, I mean, I don't think there is a time for marriage, and so you cannot have any rules. Yeah.
Okay. There is a limit to everything. Parents should not fall by always letting their children know their limits. There may be a few hitches, but it does not help mend the parental relationship. This is Mbora, and Mbora is writing to us from Kumba. Wow, we have a great person writing to us, Mrs. Abongwa Esther. She's watching us from Bonaberry. Good morning, Mom. Thanks for watching the program.
Good morning, yes.
Vanessa, you are a wonderful daughter.
Yes.
That's what Mrs. Abongwa Esther says.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mom.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah, that's true, because she has realized that she is saying things that girls usually are afraid to tell their mothers. And it's breaking so many boundaries. It's breaking so many boundaries. Hey, Amy and Dr. Fun, thank you so much for this educative show.
Thank you.
I am so hard on my daughter, but lately she has become my friend. We have started chatting like friends, but the line life drawn, that means the limits. Oh my God, in fact, the line is drawn. That means there's no time when the daughter will confuse maybe friendship, like maybe mommy could be with her partners because she has a school, the Gateway Bilingual School in Bonaberry, and she's discussing serious business, and maybe the child just bumps in and starts saying something that, so the line is drawn, and she knows when she can say this to mommy and when she's not allowed to say something. Doc, you remind me of a something friend I'm not seeing somewhere in his psychoanalysis, something I hope I'm going to read it later correctly. Parents have important roles to play in your children's upbringing, though teachers also have a great role to play. So teachers have a great role to play, but parents have a very, very important role to play in the upbringing of your children. This is Seydou Sali, and he's writing from Yaoundé. Doc, you are wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Seydou.
You are wonderful. If you spend 1 month without coming to this show again, personal problem. I've said my own right. I hope I was not disrespectful. I'm a daughter. Sorry, my daughter. I really enjoy your program, but I have just turned on the television. I'm Joyce Violet from Jakiri. Joyce Violet joining us from Jakiri in the northwest region of Cameroon. You're watching Views, Voices and Visions, and today we are trying to improve the daughter-mother relationship. We have realized that some daughters do not respect their mothers, and some mothers do not make the first move to create a friendly relationship with your daughters. And some people do really have a diverse and complex relationships with your daughters and your mothers. And sometimes they don't even know when to draw the thin line between the respect and the friendship. And others don't even have that opportunity to share friendship ties with your daughters or your mothers. And this show is trying to improve the daughter-mother relationship, taking it from one level to another. And with the messages coming, you can tell that it's quite so touching, and it's life transforming, and it's helping so many daughters and mothers to reconnect and see where they went wrong, to make the first move so they can make amendments where errors have been existing. And so some relationship that should normally be warm is cold. Now you know exactly what to do. You make the first move. you break the barrier, you break the boundary, and then you create the warm avenue. And so far, messages have been coming to compliment Dr. Mrs. Ford and Vanessa, who is really
A
open.
great daughter.
I thank God. I thank God for her. I met her on the Rhapsody Realities WhatsApp connection discussion, right?
Yeah.
And she was not so sure she was going to be open, and I told her, no rules. It's just going to be a conversation. You're going to share an experience, and through your experience, you're going to empower, you're going to inspire, and you're not only inspiring and empowering daughters,
Mothers too.
you're also
I'm
empowering
learning.
mothers.
Wow.
You know that?
I feel
So
so
let's clap.
Clap for
Jesus.
Vanessa.
And thank
the
God for
best.
bringing you on the show.
Thank
That's
God.
it. It's a big
Amy, I could say something to help mothers.
Okay.
When you tell mothers be humble, discuss with your daughter, sometimes it's difficult, especially when the relationship has been in the freezer.
Yeah.
It's difficult. Your daughter will look at you as if you are the cat. You look at her as if she's the dog. You enter the living room, she leaves, she abandons the living room to you. You go into her bedroom, she abandons the room to you. So you are trying, and she's like, making it really hard for you.
Yeah.
The advice I'll give mothers, just go and sit down and write her a message or a letter.
Like the letter the mother wrote to
Yes.
at the beginning of the program.
Voila,
Yeah.
a letter like that. Say, my baby, before I had you, I prayed for you.
Yeah.
And I asked God to give me a daughter. And God blessed me with a perfect daughter in you. You have been so perfect from the day you were born. I counted all your fingers and they were all there. I looked at you and I looked at this precious gift from God, and I realized you are all mine. I might have made mistakes in bringing you up, but I truly want us to be friends. I just want to bring you up to be a good person. I am just human too. Please, baby, forgive me. Let's start. I'm telling you, such letters would touch your daughter.
Even if she has a heart of stone.
Yes, even if she has a heart of stone. Why
It
am
will
I
change.
saying letters? Because sometimes the relationship is so bad that you cannot exchange 2 words. You understand? Each time you want to talk, she's so hostile. She's ready to jump on you. I mean, your daughter, your daughter is ready to jump on you and
Yeah.
scold at you. And so you don't even know what to do again. Sometimes it's better to go, sit, write a letter. Tell her about the circumstances of her birth. How she was a wonderful baby when she was born. How when she was growing up at 2 years, she walked. At 1 year, she took her first steps at this time. When she went to school, she did this. Remind her of those things and tell her, I love you. How many daughters can hear I love
Very
you from their
important.
mothers?
Very important.
It's so difficult for
Yeah.
us mothers too, because your daughter has been behaving a certain way. That does not erase the love you have for her. No, it doesn't.
Thank you so
That's
much.
your little bundle of joy.
Yeah, and you just
Wow.
lighten it up. You lighten it up. Oh,
Wow.
thank you so much. I'll take these messages and then you react. Anytime you feel like reacting to one,
Okay.
just note. And this person is saying it's a wonderful program. Thank you so much. You didn't identify yourself. Now, Jasvone is writing to say he or she is touched by the program. I'm very touched by your program, madam, and truly believe it's going to transform thousands of mothers today. Keep it up, madam. Thanks so very much writing to us, Jasvone. That's the name we have. And this one, hello, I'm Roland Jingjo from Bamenda. Please want to say I'm enjoying the program so much, and most especially how Dr. Mrs. Forn is exposing everything about sex education. That's very important, and I like that.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
very much, Richard. We'll be having at least once every month so that you will sit in front of your screen and you get that necessary education to make our society a better place. I am Stella. I love your program. I feel like crying. Cry all you can, honey.
Oh my goodness,
Cry.
Stella, don't cry.
No, let her cry. It's an emotion.
Just let it out.
Yeah,
Say let it out.
Okay.
Let her keep it. Let her set it out. It's important.
Oh
And
my
this one is
goodness.
coming from Marie in Yaoundé. Hello. Just want to say doctor is saying very, very great things. Doctor said about children 3 months after coming back from Nigeria, becoming pastors, those that are marketing the gospel is heading for bankruptcy. Right, that's not very, very clear what you are saying, but I think she's coming back on
Yeah, the respect that that women have for pastors,
they call
and they don't
daddy.
give that same respect to the fathers, and they
their
expect
husband.
their children to respect them.
Okay.
I mean, I have nothing against pastors and men of God, but if you are a real man of God, ask your female Christians to start by respecting their husbands, who are their first men of God, before they come and respect you, the man of God. Because if they don't do that, they're just pretending to you,
Yeah.
pastor.
Yeah. Good morning. Interesting program you have there. I like it. Keep it up. I don't understand something. We see children in schools who do funny things like having sex. Who taught them? Whereas back in the 70s, married people were being taught how to do it. I am Girong, and I'm writing from Watutu in Boya.
Well,
Vanessa just met like this in the 70s. She just met. That's the reaction of children today.
Good morning, ladies. I'm watching from Kumba. Please, a question for Mafon. How can I build a mother and a daughter relationship with my mother when she is a tigress? And I do really love my mother so much.
Oh my goodness.
The military camp coming up again.
Military camp coming up again.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my dear daughter, when I didn't have a relationship with my daughter, it was so bad. I would go to bed and I would not sleep well. Just imagine, you don't have that kind of relationship with your daughter. And then I started working on it. As I tell you, it wasn't easy. She was ready to just reject me. A wall had been put up. She wasn't ready to bring down the wall. I was the one who made all the efforts and everything. And I really hope mothers are listening to us today.
Yes, they
Mothers, you are the coaches of the family team. Do not ever forget that. Go and change tactics. Talk to your daughters. Listen to them. And build that relationship that you've dreamt about. Don't ever leave it until you regret, like the first story we had,
Yeah.
I
Doctor, may God bless
Vanessa
you.
has
Blezo from
something.
Pekadus, Douala, Cameroon.
I just wanted to say, the person who wants to break, if you want to break the boundaries, like you want to really love somebody, there are times you look at someone or the way someone is treating you, you feel the person is not really lovable. But I love what the gospel of Jesus talks about. It's like what my pastor terms the liquid love. It's unconditional. You don't deserve it, but I just love you because I've understood the love of God. I've understood how much God loves me. It just flows to you. I'm not God doesn't love me because I am too good. Because seriously, if you want to consider how good people are to love them, you might not really be able to love, and you will not be able to create relationships. You just build some because on basis of the love that you two receive from God and from some good people you have around.
Beautiful. Mommy Fawn, you are wonderful. High five, Celestine from
Oh,
Santa.
Celestine, thank you. Mwah.
You're having, I told you, I told you wanted to make it right. Are you confirming now?
Yes, and Amy, let me give another skill to mothers.
Yeah.
Mothers, sometimes it's so difficult to talk to your daughter.
Yeah.
When you people are like cat and dog, what do? Pray for your child. When you're praying, lift your child to God in prayers. You know what I do with my children? I thank you, Lord, for blessing me with these wonderful children. I thank you, Lord, for my daughter. She's just the best thing that happened to me. Lord God, I lift her to your throne of grace, that you bless her. She is so good, Papa, that when we are talking, I feel like we are best friends. Even though you are not yet best friends, so you start praying and thanking God for what you see in the future. That is hope. You thank God for her. You thank God for her friends, because she selects her friends with care. You thank God that she washed plates for you. You thank God that she cleaned her room. You know, any small thing that she does, you pick it up and you take it to God in prayer. That will start building that relationship. And God will start pouring his love into your relationship. And before you know it, it's all grown.
I know you guys are so itchy. You want to make calls, but we're expecting only your messages. And if we must take calls, all right, it's a promise because we do it to make our society a better place. So a fortnight from today, we will do a show where we will take calls after screening them at the level of the technical department. So you can talk directly to Dr. Mrs. Forn or Vanessa if she gives us the honor to come again all the way from Boya.
We pray so.
Okay, that's
good,
great.
Vanessa, you're a wonderful daughter.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She is. She is. Oh, we thank God for that. Now, the youth camp these days has gone a long way to pair up boys and girls. Some of the coordinators are perpetrators of these acts under the canopy of man or woman of God. Parents, you have to be careful with your children. The camp has become a drama show stage, and all its fruits are fast disappearing. Okay, I love your program, Emmanuel from Boya. Thanks for sending us your message all the way from Boya, Emmanuel. Most parents fail in it's taken, I think there's so many messages. Most parents fail to consider the consequences of generational shifts, so the bleed when they should only sweat. This is Fred from Moyoka. That's quite deep. And Colette Loom is coming back to say girls compete, they compete, and they, oh my god, it's taken. Girls compete and want to dress like your moms. I remember when I was like 16, I would take some of my mom's shoes and her dresses and wear. Today, I see my daughter doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
As young as she is.
Oh,
Therefore,
yes.
mothers have to dress decently for their daughters to emulate. Dress code,
true.
right? No, let's not come back on dress code. We talked about dress code last week. We'll come back again next week. Today, let's improve that our daughter-mother relationship. That's a great one all the same. Thanks so very much, Colette Loom, because you make one message on dress code, the next messages that will be coming now will focus on dress code. And we are trying to improve the daughter-mother relationship. Nice program. The doctor is just too good.
Ooh,
and the
wow.
young lady too, Vanessa.
Thank you.
I just want to add that we parents are the first mothers of our children. We need to know it's only when you are a mother, your mother fails you, that you can change him or her. Okay, great. This is Chernobert, sorry, and you're writing to us from Garua. Good morning.
Wow.
Take our greetings to all the people of Garua and tell them how much we love them, and we're so hoping that this show is going to transform them too in so many ways. Hello, good morning. I think the relationship begins from childhood, and this is from ex-Chichia. You're writing to us from Obala. Obala is in the central region of Cameroon, few kilometers from Yaoundé.
Yeah.
Okay, good morning. I'm so touched by your presentations. It's indeed a very strong opinion you're putting across. I suggest you extend these acts to the community, say school clubs and other social groups. I suggest you do this because some persons might not have the opportunity to watch TV programs. This is Chanson Quenten. You're writing to us from Boya. As a matter of fact, we're going to be having a Widows in Part for Peace conference on the 2nd of August in Douala, where Dr. Mrs. Forn, by God's grace, will be talking to the widows on how to build blocks of peace, because the International Day of Peace is celebrated this year under the theme Building Blocks for Peace. How do you build blocks of peace when mentally you are perturbed because you have been rejected by your family, you've been cursed by the society, you've been called a witch? It's very difficult, right? You're psychologically and morally deprived. You cannot do it correctly. And so she will be empowering them on the 2nd of August. You can join us from Boya. You can write to us via targetpeace237@gmail.com. You can support the widows with a gift. It could be rice, it could be salt, it could be vegetable oil, and you can also join us to talk to them. Our mother will be there to empower them. So that's just to let you know that VVV is doing a whole lot, and we pray by God's grace and your support, your contributions will make our world a better place, because we are only the change we want to see in our society. Good morning, my dear mothers.
Oh, wow. Good morning.
I am Lukang, and I am 19. Dear mothers, just to say that I love that program, and you are all my mothers. I love you all.
Yes.
Love you
thank
more.
you.
We love you so much, Lukang. That's so sweet. And he's just done what you said, right?
Yeah.
You said it's important for a child to tell the mother I love you.
Very
And it's
important.
also very important for the mother to tell the child.
I love you.
It
And
builds-
this starts right from the womb. Amy,
Yeah.
you build that relationship. We are talking about relationships today. Vanessa, it starts from the womb. You are pregnant with her. You put your hand on your stomach and you talk to your child. Communication. So important, Amy. And it starts from there. And when the baby is young, you talk. And then they get to 18 and you stop talking to them. Amy, another building block, another skill. If they cannot listen to you, try praise and gratitude.
Praise
It's
and
a
gratitude.
module that we do in the Tesho program.
Yeah.
Praise and gratitude. Yes, very important.
You sing praises to God.
You sing praises to God and you talk about your
You tell
child.
the child the
You
child
know,
is a good child.
mothers, just listen to this. You have a child who is so headstrong, a daughter who has no relationship with you. You want to try this. When the child is in the other room, you are on the phone talking. You are like, Asebo, you know, this my daughter Vanessa now, where now got a gift for me, oh, very wonderful daughter. I tell you, say this pikin, the way this pikin good. The other day wash pande. The other day follow me go farm. I say this pikin over good so I don't even know what I go give you. Vanessa is hearing, oh. You understand?
You must have a heart of stone not to react, right?
I know.
Oh, that's
Praise and
great.
gratitude will always work.
I am so happy. Wow, doctor. I wish you were my mother.
Oh my goodness, I'm your mother.
Beautiful. I needed you to do that.
Yes.
And Vanessa, I wish you were my sister.
Oh yes.
Wow, you're my sister already.
I love this. In fact, I have really learned a lot today. We're glad to know that you learned a lot. God bless you all. I love you. My name is Kumar Rene. Kumar Rene, who came at the beginning of the program. I lost my wife and I'm a father of 3 girls. I don't know how to talk sex with them. Please advise me. Junkeng Basiru, he's writing to us from Kumbo. That's in the northwest region of Cameroon.
Yeah. I can imagine it's difficult.
Okay,
He
can
needs
we
help.
connect with him maybe after the
Yes,
show?
after
That
the
will be
show,
better.
yeah,
So
that'll
we
be
have
good.
few minutes to go. Oh my God, so many messages. I think we're going to organize after the 2nd of August to connect with many people. You know, the world has become so very busy,
Yeah.
and people forget to do necessary things.
The core values.
And this, I think this is kind of bringing that
Yeah.
that bond to become activated, if I can put it that way. Great show. Please keep it going, Amy. God bless you. Taco Gilbert, thanks so much, Taco Gilbert, for writing. We're glad to know that Dr. Mrs. Foreign, Vanessa, and all the other messages are blessed minds this morning. Wow, it's really enjoyable. Parents should always pray for their children. And pray for your protection and care. This is Beltin Berinri, and she's writing to us from Kumbo. Thanks so very much, girl. I'll give you Dr. Mrs. phone number. So she'll be your mother too, right? And you'll become a great mother tomorrow. My parents irritate me so much. What should I do? That's another situation. She's giving you answers, but you can bring it up again. Her parents irritate her so much. She doesn't know what to do.
And you know, Amy, it's so sad because when you deliver your child, that little baby in
Yeah.
your hand, your bundle of joy, your miracle, you never dream that one day your child can stand and say you irritate him or her. You understand? So when it gets to that stage, something happened along the way. And I am saying that parents need help. Children need help. They need to have a forum where they can sit together and talk. On the 23rd, we are organizing for the Teflon Company a father-son conference where fathers will come and sit, their children will come and sit, and they will talk. For the first time, they will listen to each other. Next time, we are going to organize a mother-daughter conference where mothers can talk to their children and children can talk to their mothers. You understand?
Yeah.
Just listen to each other. Amy, you'll be surprised. Don't scold me in front of my friends. That's what Vanessa and their friends will tell their mothers.
Definitely.
If you want me to do something, negotiate with me. Sell your idea to me. Don't impose it on me because I have my own mind. I know my own mind. I can make up my own mind. If you impose on me, I will not do it. But if I decide of my own free will to do it, I'll do it better than you want me to do it. How many parents understand that?
How many parents do understand that? Billions, you have a question. But I know one thing for certain. When it's ticking the clock and it's midday 00 or 01, thousands of parents would have understood that.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
And
God.
the message will be sent across.
Thank God.
Yeah.
There's a rebroadcast on Tuesday at exactly 3 p.m. And like we always say, you can always suggest, because we talk about those things that disturb us, those things we want to see right in our society. It was a suggestion from a viewer last week when we were talking about the importance of a dress code in a moral upright society, which we will take on part 2 next week with Nemalo Mirel on the set, and hopefully the delegate of Women's Empowerment and the Family, Makota Isabel. You suggested to us from Kumba that we talk about the relationship between daughters and mothers, and if we did not really take heed to your message, I doubt what will be happening today. But we want to thank God that we listened to you and that this is helping so many homes across the nation and the continent. And as much as we listen, let's practice it so that we have our society that dream that we are all dreaming of, because we make the dream become fruition through action. I really did enjoy the program. Doctor, you are so wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
You are so wonderful. You have blessed.
Vanessa is more wonderful than
you're
me. I'm
bl-
learning a lot from you,
I'm
Vanessa.
reading your messages. I'm reading your messages. You're so wonderful. I have learned a lot from you. And Vanessa, keep on.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
More
Thank
grace
you.
to you. God bless you. This is Zofei Marie Torres, and she's writing to us from Yaoundé.
Thank you, Mary. God bless you
Wow,
more.
Mary, I love you.
Oh, this is so sweet. Hey to you, mommy. Hey to you all. My mom is a hard one and understanding, but she wants me to open up to her, but it's so hard. Please do have a word for me. My name is Joyce, and I'm writing from Yaoundé.
Joyce, the fact that you're writing means that you already dream of having a certain kind of relationship to
Yeah.
your mom. I'd suggest, Joyce, that you take time, write a letter to your mom and say, Mom, this is the kind of relationship I dream of having with you. Mom, if you can do this, do this, do this. If you can reduce your shouting, if you can talk to me one-on-one before you come out and shout, you know. Mom, if you can do this, Joyce, I think that will improve on your relationship. You're already a leader, Joyce. The fact that you've decided to write to us, you're a leader. I don't know you, but I think you're a wonderful person.
And you'll know her better because she will be talking to you on phone from now on.
All
You are
right.
another daughter to Dr. Mrs. Fon. Okay, Joyce? Good girl. Hello, virtuous women. Your program is fantastic and educational. Mothers are very vital in life. I have observed that those who do not have their mothers do have a great gap in every aspect. Mothers play an unavoidable role in the upbringing of children. They are
the
role models.
coaches.
Yes,
they are the
role
coaches.
models.
In the tertiary program, we say they are the coaches.
Yeah.
The husband is the team captain. The children are the star players. They are coaches. Very important.
That's Haddison, and he's writing to us from Yaoundé.
Yeah.
My name is Timothy, and I am writing from Douala. I wish to thank you for such a good topic. Doctor, you are the best.
Oh, my goodness.
Please keep educating us.
Thank you.
You are the best. You are the best. Top Rock should sponsor this program so we can have a big show with thousands of persons and we
Not so.
broadcast it live from one of the amphitheaters in Cameroon. It could be the University of Boya.
Yeah.
It could be the University
You know,
of Bamenda.
Amy, I went to the Catholic University Institute of Boya. I've been there twice.
Yeah.
And, you know, I teach the students on work-life balance. Many of them have a gap. Their parents have not taught them. So these are young entrepreneurs who are going to go out into the society to start working. They don't have any skills on work and family life balance.
Yeah.
A few years down the road, they have stress, they have divorce, they have HIV,
Yeah.
they have, you know, all the ills that come with poor relationships.
Yeah.
So I've been there twice and so interesting, Amy. So interesting.
And we had a talk on work-family balance 3 weeks ago. I think there was so much to learn about that.
So much.
And you know, we can never say we know it all.
And yesterday, I was at Cole
Yeah.
Company,
Yeah.
MRS.
Yeah.
all the workers in Douala, they had their safety week, and they called the Tesho Foundation to come and talk to them about stress, about work and family life balance, and household accidents. And Amy, we had this drama about work-life balance, and it was like, wow. So many people saw themselves, you know, a patron who talks rudely to the workers, has stress illnesses. So mothers, if you think that you want to have less stress with your children, make the effort.
Make the effort. Like Chabo Njifo joining us on Facebook. Thanks for watching and thanks for enjoying the show. And Stefan from Yaoundé. Hello, Amy. Thanks for such a wonderful program. Special thanks to you, Doc. Special thanks to you, Vanessa. Many daughters don't see eyeball to eyeball with their moms for one reason or another. But moms are just one treasure found nowhere else in the world. I believe educating these daughters and understanding each other is the best way. You are just so a wonderful, patriotic citizen, Stefan. Writing to us from Yaoundé. You are a wonderful son of the soil.
Wow.
Hi, Donalcian Bado from behind chair, Bamenda. I want to let you guys know I'm enjoying the show. Good morning to you, Donatien. And you take the rendezvous, same time, same channel next Saturday. And if you missed it from the beginning on Tuesday at exactly 3 p.m., be on La Television du Monde, so you grab everything you missed. And Dr. Mrs. Fun is your mother, and so she's going to connect with you and make you a better husband, right? A better father, right? And why not a better mother? We have mothers and fathers too. You agree with me, right?
Yeah.
We have mothers and fathers.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
true.
if you're going to bring up your children alone, you're going to be the mother and the father.
Yeah. Oh my God. Good morning to you all on the panel, especially the doctor and Vanessa.
Good
Vanessa,
morning.
we are a great
Thank you.
Quite educative. Oh, doctor, a real mother. Please help teach some of our African parents. This is Ernest, and he's watching from Bonaberry. Thank you so much. And this is it. Tell it like this. When it's good, let the people know they're doing a great job. Like it or not. If she did not believe in the worth of the 3VV or the kind of connection she was going to get with the audience today, tomorrow if I call her at midnight, she will appear.
Oh, yeah.
And you see what it's doing to us? All right. We are all learning. We all learning. Mommy, from you were saying?
I was saying that to Amy. I will come every time.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
No.
You can't be happy alone in this life. You want every person to be happy. If you've been able to do something and have good results, share it. Like what Vanessa is sharing with us today. You know, I'm so happy to be here, Amy, because of Vanessa. And because of you, of course.
Thank you. Good morning, doctor. I love the program. I have learned something. Thanks again for these. And this is Rosemary from Douala. Probably maybe she met you on the other show. You remember we had shows in the past. She's saying thanks for this again. Some mamas are so preoccupied with work and other businesses that they barely have time for their progeny. That's true. And they are either doomed in the hands of an unprofessional nanny or are all by themselves. That's true.
So true.
Amy and Dr. Farn, we're not expecting your course, please. Please, let's deliberate on this to remedy the problem. This is Mbora writing to us from Douala. Thanks
Vanessa,
so very
does
much.
your mother work?
Yes, my biological mom is a farmer, and my foster mother, like I said, she's my sister actually. She's a teacher.
Okay, so
A
she
great
works
one.
too.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's a good thing to have mothers who work. But the thing is, spending quality time with your children.
That's
You
true.
can spend the whole day with your child and not even impact any core values into your child. But you can come back home and make time with the child, 20, 30 minutes. And for us in our family, Bible study and morning prayers with the family, the Bible will give you every topic to discuss with your children. 20, 30 minutes in the morning, you know, you pray, discuss, pray for them positively, and you take off. In the evening, you come back, you have time at dinner. I mean, eating in the evening is really not too good because, you know, it makes you put on weight. But for us, it's the only time we have to be with our children. So we try to be at table to listen to them and, you know, talk with them and things like that.
Hello, good morning to you people. I have one question. What type of advice can we give to mothers who send your daughters to go out to look for men? Moses from Kribi.
That's a reality, the sad reality of our society, that
Yeah.
sometimes mothers will send their daughters out, to go and get money to bring to them because they need to survive on that money. And it comes with all the consequences. Amy always said, when I started work, there was one AIDS patient in the littoral, and today there are 160,000. That tells you about the way our society is going on, about sexuality and all those things, faithfulness in marriage and so on. So, that's a sad reality. What advice can you give? Mother, did you deliver that your precious bundle of joy to send her out into prostitution? Think about it. Is there nothing else you can do so that you and your daughter can survive? Think about it. You don't want to sacrifice your daughter, that your precious baby, your bundle of joy. You love her so much, don't sacrifice her.
Mom, I think that reminds me of something. At times, parents push their children to, especially the girl child, to do some things which the child definitely does not want to do. But if they really took time to evaluate, you discover that there is a talent in that child. There is something worth economic value in that child that you have not discovered. So why don't you take time and discover what is in that child? Mom equally doctor spoke of work-life balance. Now, if that child of yours, she has something deep inside of her that you could use, maximize her potentials, but you have not discovered it, and now you've pushed her to be doing something else, but she has a passion for something else. Like, you want her to be selling while she has passion for music. Now, for her to balance that, there is no way she will be balancing up that without smashing your toes, she will not be effective on all what you expect her to do. And so I think parents should really be cautious when it comes to that. They should try and manage that. They should discover what is in the girl child, what is in their children, better than pushing them to do what they don't want to.
Karen Hills, loving you all and thanking you for being a wonderful mother and thanking you for being a wonderful sister.
Wow.
She's writing to us from Jakiri in Bamenda.
Jakiri.
Jakiri fan club, Jakiri. Jakiri. Happy Day of the African One in advance, and continue to be the dynamic African women that you are. Top Rock will sponsor this show and will come to Jakiri. Is that a promise?
Promise.
Amen. I'm really amazed with what I'm getting from you mothers. The dog, I don't know what your name, but you are a wonderful mother and I love you.
Oh my goodness.
And for you, my sister Vanessa, you're awesome.
Oh,
Love
my
you.
goodness.
Thank you.
I believe I got much to tell others who missed the program. This is Nick writing to us from Boya. Just tell them to take the rebroadcast on Tuesday at exactly at 3 p.m. Well, we get into the end. Oh, we've come to the end. Good things don't last forever. And there's so much more to dig right. But I know you know where to start. You know there is a move you must make. You're the daughter. You're the mother. You've been through a lot. Don't know where you're coming from. But I know you can get to somewhere if you decide to go to that somewhere. So there is a move that you must make. Forget about your pride. Forget about it. I found myself telling my children I'm sorry when they know I truly did not go wrong anywhere. But I wanted to make the first move, right? I made the first move. Some even called me stupid in the long run. Yeah, it's better you're called stupid and have it right than be proud and have it wrong all the way. Don't be that mother. Don't be that dad that will want to have it right all the way with everybody seeing how wrong you are just because you want to keep your pride. That pride takes you nowhere. Last words, Mommy Fun.
Amy, you said the last word so well. I don't know. Amy, you are good.
I am the daughter of Dr. Mrs. Fun
Oh my
Elizabeth.
goodness.
And I am a team player in the Tayshow Foundation.
They should not so.
Yeah, that's it.
I want mothers to understand you are the coach of the family team, and when you have wonderful star players like Vanessa, don't ever go wrong. Please remember, as a versatile coach, you might need to change tactics,
Yeah.
but your dream should be realized. Don't let the devil steal it. Don't let your children push you into having a cat and dog relationship with them, because they're going to push you. You're going to stumble and fall. But please, mom, see. Please, mama, please. Please, Reme, please, Mate, get up and go on and be the wonderful coach and have results that the world will praise you and say you are the best.
Beautiful. Vanessa?
Well, it was such a great pleasure being here. I love the show so very much. One thing I just want to communicate to the mothers: we love you deep inside, even though we at times disobey you, but deep inside, seriously, there is too much love inside for you.
Oh, yes.
I just wish that you communicate with us. You try to see how we are reasoning. We believe that you've been where we are, and so it's easier for you to communicate from where we are seeing things, so that you can easily advise us. And it's very essential too that you pray for us. Pray for us like you've never done before. Just pray for us, especially when we are going wrong, or for the things you had prayed that we should be and we are not becoming. Just keep praying, because I believe that we can become. If you don't pray for us, we might not really get to that point where you've always desired us to be. So it's awesome having you both as our mothers. We love you so much.
Don't curse your children in the open.
Yeah.
The devil is very desperate and waiting for an opportunity to destroy them. And when you curse them in the open, you give the devil that opportunity to make of the children what you said in your words. Words are very powerful. Words are very, very powerful tool that can make or mar a situation. What you say to your child, like Mommy Fun said, while touching that womb when the baby is growing inside, that child will become what you say of that child. So those words you say to that child from within are very, very powerful to make or to mar that child. And when the child grows up, those words you tell that child when the child is growing up: you are a wonderful child. Vanessa is a good girl. Vanessa did the dishes. They will make Vanessa, or they will mar Vanessa. Don't know where you went wrong. Don't know why it went cold. Don't know why it went sour. But I'm very, very interested in you making it warm, interesting, and better. So you make the first move. If it starts by you saying, I love you, Vanessa. I love you, Mommy Fun. She may be skeptical. Love you?
Since when?
She may be skeptical. But say it. Make the first move. It's not going to kill you. I just said it right. I love you. It didn't remove anything from my skin, did it? It did not. I love you. Let it be that first step. If it has to be with you changing yourself, because you tried to change a situation and it did not work, change yourself. Then make sure you also have realistic expectations, and then you communicate. And in the process, you will learn. It's a learning process. You never can know it all. Mommy Fun said it. You will stumble. You will fall. You will hit your head. But don't give up, because if you give up, you're giving up on the future of tomorrow. If you give up, you're giving up on the future, a better emergent and developed tomorrow. And I'm sure you want a better Cameroon tomorrow. What you see today is not what you saw yesterday. You are worried, and that's why you're in front of your screens. There is something you can do, there is something you will do, and there is something that will make that Cameroon a better place tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Let's be same time next Saturday on the same channel for another interesting talk on La Télévision du Monde.